My Adventures with Superman and Batman the Caped Crusader are two brave new visions for iconic characters almost 100 years old. These shows are a refreshing take on two characters that were in need for some retooling for the new age. When you think of Batman or Superman, you most likely think of three things: The New Adventures of Superman, the animated series, the Batman animated series, or the Justice League TV show from the early 2000s. You could call this the golden age of superhero animation, along with the likes of the Fox X-Men show and the Spider-Man cartoon series. Anyways, since then, there have been a number of animated projects that have been great, but haven't really stuck the landing. There was the Tomorrowverse, the DCAU with the likes of Justice League Darkseid, Batman Hush, and the Death of Superman, with so much more. We've had new animated shows, mostly about Batman, and it's been good some of the time. That said, we were due. It was time to find a way to shake up the formula in a way only DC could. They pivoted in two very different ways. Let's backtrack a moment. For the last 2 decades have given rise to a new style of animation in the West: anime. From the classics of Sailor Moon, Digimon, and Dragon Ball Z to the new hits like Dragon Ball Super, Digimon Adventures, and Sailor Moon? Oh wait, there's no new Sailor Moon stuff? Is that sexist or progress? Anyway, new hits like My Hero Academia, Hunter x Hunter, and Chainsaw Man have given rise to a new art style that have allowed there to be new takes on our characters. Particularly, My Adventures with Superman, while not technically called an anime, is very much in line with all the best parts of an anime show, but without the filler. There's even use of very anime tropes, like your enemy becoming your friends, that sort of thing. Seriously, that is a rare thing in the Western world, but in anime, it's quite prevalent that the bad guy have a redemption arc. A tight 10-episode schedule allows the show to move at a brisk pace, while showing us beautiful animation constantly. It's crisp and stylish, while still clearly being a Superman show. It's a fresh coat of paint, that's for sure, but it's not without its new takes. There are unique and fresh designs for Superman and Clark, for Jimmy, for Lois, and yes, Kara. The superhero costumes are different, as well as the origins of a lot of characters. For example, Metallo is no longer a guy who wants to just kill Superman for the death of his wife or his brother, but instead, a simple defense bot meant to wipe out enemies, regardless of them being Kryptonian in nature. These redesigns and reimaginings of certain characters might bother some traditional fans, but I promise you, if you can overlook your childhood or your comic book roots and give this show a chance, you will find a show that is rich with character. It's able to make the relationship of Lois and Clark exciting and challenging. It's a daunting task to love the most powerful person in the world. And then, let's go older than old school. Let's discuss a throwback to a time no one knew we wanted. A Batman detective story that takes place, I would say around the 1940s-ish, shouldn't exactly work. They stripped away Batman of a lot of his gadgets and made it more Monster of the Week vibe, with a season-long storyline. And you know what? They pulled it off. Is everything exactly like the comics? No. We have a detective-style Batman that doesn't talk too much, but when he does, you listen to him speak, and it says volumes. We have a long-term story about corruption in Gotham, or Gordon learning to trust Batman as he does his best to help fight crime in a city ripe with dirty politicians and political figures. Even the actions from the very first episode kick it off. The Penguin is taken down, but with her getting locked up creates a power vacuum in Gotham that multiple mob figures are trying to fill, coupled with some unique stories and origins for Barbara Gordon as a public defender, Harley Quinn as a therapist with her own agency as a supervillain, Renee Montoya being the only other good cop in Gotham, the turf war on the streets between the mob families, and the outlandish moments of Batman fighting a fucking panther. The show is so unique, yet still somehow familiar, as it does more than take a little inspiration from the Batman animated show. Both of these shows feel like monumental moments for DC. While they might be a direct cause from James Gunn's influence, I believe both of these shows are a great start and a symptom of good things to come. What about you? What did you think of these two shows? What do you think of the new direction of DC? What project are you most looking forward to? Let us know down below, we'd greatly appreciate it. Also, what comic book do you want to see adapted? Just curiosity. Also, please like and subscribe to this brand new channel, and yeah, we'll be seeing everybody.